Hello and welcome to your latest Maths Wizard video. Today we're going to be focusing on percentages in relation to those non-calculator methods. So we're going to be looking at how you can use your fraction methods to work out some percentages of amounts, and then look at some perhaps more complicated examples that you can do without a calculator. So first question I'm going to ask you is this. So why is it that you can divide by 2 to find 50%? Well, the reason is this. I'm going to show you a little diagram that illustrates this. So if you think of this as 100%, if you split this bar in half, you've got 50% and 50%. You'll see that shows you that 50 goes into 100 twice, and that 50% is also the same as a half. So that's the reason why you can divide by 2 to find 50%, and that is one very useful shortcut if you are trying to find percentages without a calculator. And we've got another one here. Why is it that you can find 10% by divided by 10? Well, again, if you think of 100% as this whole bar, if I split this into sections for you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there we go. You can see that 10 goes into 100 10 times. That is the reason why you can divide by 10 to find 10%. Because it's exactly the same as 1/10. So that's your fractional equivalent of 10%. Okay, another example here then. Why is it you can divide by 4 to find 25% of a number? Well, if I show you again with this bar, we can see that you've got 25, 25, 25, and 25. That gives you 100% there. And you can see that because 25 goes into 100 4 times, you can divide by 4 to find 25%, and that is also because it's the same as 1/4 as a fraction. Okay, final method then, quick shortcut I'm going to show you is this one. So you can divide by 100 to find 1% because 1 goes into 100 100 times, and it's the same as 1 over 100 as a fraction. So always remember that whenever you divide any number by 100, you will find what 1% is, and that can be quite useful for pretty much any percentage question that you attempt, whether that be calculator or non-calculator. Okay, I'll just practice a few of these methods then now. So if you pause your video and just have a go at these 5 questions. Okay, let's take a look at the answers to these then. So you can do all of these with one step. So on this one, if you divide by 2, you'll find out what 50% is of 450. If you take that 385 and divide it by 10, that will tell you that 10% is 38.5. If you take that 550, divide it by 100, so move your decimal point twice to the left there, you'll see that 1% is 5.5. You can do 420 divided by 4, and that will tell you that 25% of 420 is 105. And then just stuff up, but put an extra one in, see if you could figure this out yourself. If you divide any number by 5, you will find out what 20% is. Remember that 20 goes into 100 5 times. So that's one little shortcut you can use for 20%. Okay, let's try some more challenging examples now then. So these might involve perhaps more than one step. So next question is 30% of 660. So there's quite a few methods of doing this, but this is generally the easier way of doing it if you have not got a calculator with you. So if you do 660 divided by 10, that will give you 66. So that's 10%. Now 10 goes into 30 3 times. So if we do 66 times 3, that will then tell us what 30% is. So 6 times 3 is 18. So write your 8 there. Carry your 1. 6 times 3 again is 18. Add on that 1, you get 19. So 30% of 660 is 198. Okay, next one. Now we've got 15% here. So we're going to break this down for this one. So if we do 500 divided by 10 to give us 50, that's 10%. Now if we half 50 to get 25, that gives us that extra 5%. Remember that 5 goes into 10 twice. Then if we add both of those together, that will give us our 15% down here. So you can break some percentages down like this. So you can, for like 10%, you can do 10%, 5%. You can do 25% like this. You could do 10%, 10%, 5% if you wanted to as well for this. Okay, let's have a look at this next one then. This time we've got 5%. Well, if we do 850 divided by 10, that will give us 10%, which is 85. And then if you half that, you will get 42.5, which is your 5% for that one there. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few just to practice with here then. So if you have a look at these questions, pause your video and have a go. Okay, let's have a look at the answers to these then. So we've got 90% of 70. I'm just going to pick out a couple of them just to sort of talk about in a little bit more detail. So with this one, you could do 10%, which is 7, and then do 7 times 9 to get 63. Some people also do it like this. They break it down into 50%, and then they do 10% times 4. So 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. You can do it like that as well. Either way works. So that's kind of anything that's more than 50, you can break it down in both of those ways. Now this one here, if you do 420 divided by 100, you'll get 4.2, which is 1%. And then you can do 4.2 times 2. That will give you your 8.4 for your 2% there. Okay, I will do another video on some of the more complicated percentages, so the percentages where you might use a calculator for them that are perhaps unlikely to come up on that calculator paper. But hopefully you found this video useful. So please hit subscribe, and I'll be uploading lots more videos on the all relating to the GCSE Maths Foundation syllabus. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.